Hello everybody, welcome back to the Dark World. This episode I set up some of these tables here to run through some of the recipes we're going to do. So we'll start here. And we actually got some gold now, so we can make these finally. So make those. And these bronze and gold and the pearl. And we can put those on. This one we can zoom with Z. Good for zooming in and see what's going on in the distance. And G turns on night vision. So that's pretty handy if you're in a dark area or something. Then it'll help you see dark places. This one gives you a high jump, so we can actually jump higher. Like 2 blocks high. So we can get them. Should help the mobility issues when we're out exploring and stuff. So all the stuff's really geared for exploration. Travelers, so I mean, it makes sense. This lets you walk up 1 high steps. Swift swim. I didn't actually show you that, but yeah, we'll probably do that. Oop. Why not? Go and see what it's like. Still haven't finished this up. Planning more wheat and stuff. These emeralds over here, I did a bunch of wheat in that village that we had over here. The maps reset again. That's unfortunate. But over there is the village. And there was a villager that had wheat, 20 wheat for an emerald. So I did a whole bunch of trading, got 8 emeralds. So that was nice. This I'm going to have for Britannia. I've already got some of the flowers here. I got someone shooting at me. Yeah, rip your head off. Thank you. And I built a wand here too. And we're maxed in some of the aspects already. Except for fire. Oh, it's got a fisher. Fishing rod. Come here, guy. Forager. I think that's somewhere to go, I guess. Collect some chickens. And activate the portal over here. I didn't do too much in here. I basically threw everything in this chest here, and I grabbed this and some cobblestone, just to sort of, in case I died, I didn't want to lose everything. So, and I basically just kind of secured the other side of this, the tags. Yeah, so you can see this is kind of what I built. And we actually spawned on top of this bloodwood tree. If you look here, you can see the leaves. So we're kind of up in the air. We're going to have a staircase or something, or pathway, I guess, over there. So I just built this. I haven't actually gone down or anything. So yeah, it can be kind of dangerous if you don't secure it. So that's why I did that off camera. So on our portal will be safe, and we're just gonna have to find some way to go out and explore. The first thing I'm gonna want to do here in the Nether is try to find some cobalt somewhere. and some ardite. There's some ardite there, I think. Nope, quartz. So yeah, the zoom is already kind of handy. There we go. That's ardite over there. Getting to it's not going to be so easy. Ooh, big spider. These guys are really nasty. But they drop flame string, which along with this wood over here, you can turn into sticks and make a pretty nice bow out of that. A lot of durability. We'll come back into the nether later. Now, oh yeah, we're gonna I was gonna show you the swimming. Forgot all about it. Water's probably over here is the closest. Only thing I could use is faster walking speed, but that'll come in time. Can't have everything all at once. Alright, so here's some water. So I'm gonna get in the water. And you can see we kind of move fairly quick. Actually faster than we move on land. You also got this sort of drift effect. I'm not even moving at all now. You just sort of drift in that direction. So it's a little bit annoying, but if you want to get through the water quick, then it's just nice. But if you're trying to like get to one specific spot in the water, then it's a little bit trickier. But overall, I think it's a nice item. I like it. You should do a little more though with it. You can actually do more with it. I'll show you that in a minute. So we get back to base. Cleared out some of this stuff. Another thing I want to show you. So we go to my big backpack here. This stuff here on the bottom row, I found these in chests underneath the greatwood trees. If you look at the map here, there's a lot of magic forest around. It's unfortunate the map reset because there's a lot of stuff over there too. But you see these like darker tree spots? These are all greatwood trees. And some of these will have spider webs in them. And see, there's a spider web from one we chopped down. But generally, the greatwoods that have the spider webs in them, if you knock them down to the base, they'll have a spawner, cave spider spawner, and then under that there's a chest. And this is just stuff that I found in various chests. So, I mean, we've got iridium ore here, which is nice. Dark boots, thaumium pickaxe, greater power catalyst, ender lily seeds. These we can plant and make more ender pearls, but I found 12 ender pearls just in these chests. Diamond horse armor, which is made with a bunch of diamonds. Be nice if we could get those diamonds back out of it somehow. I found some nether quartz. This I didn't actually get out of the nether, this was just in the chest. Got some ring here and some dark steel. I found a lot more, but this is like some of the best stuff that I found. Like this isn't very useful. And there's other stuff that's not that useful in there too. And these are the backpacks that I was telling you about before. If I'm like trying to grab, getting dark. If I'm trying to grab some like cobblestone or wood or whatever out of a barrel down here, and I've got one of these, like this pack here in my inventory somewhere, then the cobblestone will go in there, and then I have to pull it on the hotbar and open it up and get the cobblestone out. So it's kind of a pain. So I just keep it in here unless I really need it, because I like to do like that. And get the cobblestone right away. And not have to go digging through a chest, or not a chest, but one of these backpacks to get what I need back out of it. So, kind of a pain in the butt. But when you're out exploring, it's really handy having that extra space, so that's when I pull them out and I'll use them. And the rest of the time I'll just keep them stored in there. What was I going to do? Here, maybe this bookshelf. And if you look at the first volume, the one you start with, it's kind of interesting. I was looking over at this stuff. Keep going, and we eventually find how you can modify these. So this actually has night vision already in it. You don't have to enchant it. But yeah, okay. Perfect dodge. We can make ninja armor. We don't have any blaze powder, so we can't do this yet. But yeah, we can't do this either. Stealth. Turn invisible while sneaking. Might be useful. Feather fall. It's a blue slime block. We don't have one of those, but this would be nice. Allows you to glide down slowly in air. Water walk. This might be nice. Walk over water. Let's give that one a try. Found some bees. I suppose I'll breed some bees. It'd be nicer to get those bigger backpacks at the very least. You're gonna have to go through some of the bee breeding to get that. Here we go. And to take these off. So this takes up one of the modifiers. Yes, water walking. We'll try that out later. Let's see what else we got. Lead boots. Prevent you from swimming. I don't think that'll be so useful. Climbing shoes. Reduce fall damage taken. Damage since a fall impact. I don't think we can make those yet, but we might try that. This looks interesting. Increase mining speed. So, why don't we give that a try? Just redstone. And we can put auto repair on any of these items. Repair them back up, that'll be nice. Double jump. Don't have gas tier yet. So, why don't we throw some repair on this stuff? This stuff will effectively last forever, I think. Given how much durability all this stuff has. Around there. Interesting. Okay. So that's fun. Put that back in here. Yeah. So what's next on the agenda? That one. Bombcraft. So this is how you make a thermometer meter, and this is what you're going to need to get started. One of the things. The other thing is the wand here. If you look at the recipe, you just need a stick and 2 caps. Caps made with nuggets, and nuggets you just craft from a ingot. So you need 2 ingots basically. You end up with a bunch of extra nuggets that you don't really have a use for yet, but and then you want to make one of these too. And with this thing, you can right click and hold, and it'll scan items, and you can find out what kind of aspects. Plus you can see things. That's a node up there, or a node. Torch. And here we found a new aspect that we haven't seen before, which is Lux. And Lux is made with something or other. Once you have a wand, you want to get a bookshelf and right click and be able to grab this book. And this basically will walk you through everything else you need to know for Thaumcraft. Let me take a look, and you can read up on things. This is stuff you don't know about yet. This is stuff you can research. It's flashing. But yeah, it says you need scribing tools and paper to get this research node. And these ones you've already got. So like the pack, we've seen the pack. This is what they look like. And you can read up on them. See how they work. This thing here is useful. This tells you about aspects. There's 6 primary types. Your primal. And everything else is compound, which is made up of basically two other aspects. So here's our primal aspects. Here's Lux, which we discovered, which is made up of air and fire, which are both primal. And we have the primals already, but we didn't know about Lux. The reason we could research it is because the 2 things that make it up, we already knew these 2 things. And then you discover Lux. Now if something has Lux plus some other aspect, like water, we could research that now, which we couldn't do before until we got this. So it's... what am I trying to say? It builds up as you go. You have to do one thing, which leads to another, and so forth. So we can't say research crafting tables yet. To understand this, you need to study plants. So, and we can't really do plants yet. So there's cobblestone, and you'll notice that it's earth and entropy. This is just an earth. So they have slightly different things. This we're not going to be able to do. We need to study plants. So you can go around trying to scan what you can. One thing at a time. Ladders you're not going to be able to do because it needs plants. So everything's plants. So let's go up and sleep first. And we'll try and look at some plants. See what happens. And there's different kinds of plants and whatnot as well. I heard a spider. Try grass block. Study sources of life. And what's the sources of life? Who knows? That's probably the one thing that's tricky to figure out is the life one. And for that you have to go to a crafting table. And yeah, let's craft a crafting table. We're going to need one of those. So, get some of this. So here's how you make tables. And we're actually going to need one more table. And Thaumcraft's going to go down there, but for now we'll just put this here. Wand. There we go. And if we right click with this, transforms it into this. This is your magic crafting table. It's actually explained in here somewhere. Research. You know, all these different tabs. I think it's under artifice. Yeah. It just tells you how to make the table. So I didn't really need to explain it. But here's the arcane work table, which is what we just did. scribing tools, two tables next to each other, and you right click with the scribing tools and you'll get the research table. Maybe we'll get to that in a minute. What's next? Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and make it now. What do we got? 5 wood. I think this will be enough. And you can do like regular recipes in here. But if you have like some magical some Thaumcraft related thing that requires magic, then these will fill up with what you need, and it'll pull it out of your wand. And you got 6 types, and so we got 6 of these. So, and depending on where'd the other table go? I think it's on, yeah. Alright. Scribing tools will be next. Do we have any? I don't know if we have any glass. Yeah, we do. Okay. Clay. Alright. The best thing we want to do is probably, you can make bottles, 3 bottles, but you put a piece of clay, then you get 8 of these files. And these files will be useful later, so, and you get more of them, so you might as well use that. Then we need a feather and an ink sac, which I think we have feather here. No ink. No ink. We'll take them all. So, on feather, on ink sac, and we get these scribing tools. Take those, right click on this, and there you go. Research table. And this shows all the research aspects that we have. And you can combine things. I think earth and water. Yeah, makes Victus. This is one that you're probably not going to be able to find with the thermometer. I'm not sure what has it. So this is just one you want to make. So just water and earth. Put it together, make some Victus. And from there you can pretty much scan everything else you need. So that was our source of life. And we could probably scan the dirt or the grass up here now. Yep, and sure enough. And we find herba. Herba is made with the life, something else. And we can maybe scan some grass here now too. Mushroom? No. Need to study empty things. Okay. Empty things. How about an empty bucket? Maybe that'll work, huh? So, throw it out there. Need to study crystals, okay. Yeah, mushrooms can't do yet. What wood? Yep. And leaves. Anyway, works like that. Maybe this glass. Nothing can be learned from this. So, some of the items from other mods are not going to have research necessarily with it, and then you'll see down there in the lower right, nothing can be learned from this, and then you'll know that you're wasting your time trying to scan that, basically. Nothing can learn from this. Seeds you can do though, because it's vanilla Minecraft stuff. So, yeah, just go around trying to scan. This is from Chisel Mod, so nothing can be learned from that. Oops. So something like that, where if you right click on it, it does another action. You just hold on Shift, and then you can right click. So that's how you scan those. And that's all I'll do for right now. I'll probably research a lot more stuff off camera, but you just go around exploring, scanning things. Let me try one of these mana beam things. Nothing can be learned from this. Oh well. So yeah, I'll go scanning various objects to get more research going. Once we have more research, I'll get into more Thaumcraft stuff next episode using that. I'll do some research. I'll show you some of the basic research you can do, how that works. And yeah. So that's everything we need for right now. Next thing I want to do is get started with the Botania. So here I got a Mystic White flower. There's 16 different types of flowers, one for each of the main colors. This is the white one. And we can craft it into these petals. And we'll happen to need these petals for this. And this is just a cobblestone slab. Throw that top and we get the petal apothecary. And this stuff's all talked about in the book over here. Let me show you. This one, I found an extra one in one of those chests underneath the Greatwood, so that's where we got a second one here. But this shows you how to make this stuff and other stuff, but I'm just gonna walk you through it because it's more fun than reading a boring book, right? And this is the area set up that we'll do the stuff in. Now we need water, and this is not set up so well for water. Where's my bucket? There it is. And we get nighttime again. You got some water here. And we fill it up. Ta-da! Alright, so here's all the different flowers I found. This we found in one of those chests as well. Take 2 of these flowers. 4 petals. And then throw these petals in there. Dark. Let's just sleep through the night. Last thing we're gonna need is seeds, so let's just come on, stop lagging. There we go. And then we throw a seed in, and we get this pure daisy. And we can take this pure daisy and we can say throw it right here. Since it is a flower, we need to actually plant it on dirt. There we go. And you'll see these little particles coming up. It's going to affect the 8 blocks around it. And it works slowly to convert it into what's called living stone. And we're also going to need some living wood, which we don't have any logs right now. But we'll have to get some more logs. We'll come back with that later. Yeah, I think our armor's just about all repaired. Nice. Not bad armor to start with, I'll tell you what. Yeah, that's the pulverizer. So I didn't actually make it. I'm gonna make it with you guys on camera, I guess. We'll need a few things though. And I set up these over here. Thermal expansion one. We need 2 gears. Oh, cobblestone. Let's grab the copper we're gonna need. Actually, we got copper. We got 2 different kinds of copper here, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna show you guys a trick. These barrels, put one in, double click, double right click, and it puts all matching ones and it converts it over to what you want. So now they're all this. We got 10, 10. Ta-da! So now they all stuck. So that's pretty useful. One machine. What are those? We're gonna need some charcoal. Now I have coal up here, and you notice I'm always using charcoal instead of any coal, and there's a reason for that. And coal dust specifically has some useful properties to it. Turn into dust, and then the dust you need it for a few recipes. Double layer capacitors, pyrithium we're going to need. This stuff not so much. Here's one of the other things, and rock carbon fibers. Plates too, I think. Yeah, this will make plates. Could make steel, but we're not going to do that. Here. And so that's useful. How much do we really need? Well, any extras we can throw into here, which if we compress that and then combine that with some obsidian and then compress this, we'll get a diamond. So it's a nice little source to getting diamonds. So I'd rather not use this up just cooking stuff up when you can get wood out there pretty easy and turn it into charcoal and use charcoal instead. So I'm saving all my coal for better uses. Alright. And this will process 2 items per piece of charcoal in this thing. So actually we're gonna need more, aren't we? So we need 2 more. And once that's done, we'll have our copper plates, and we're out of gold. I don't think we have any gold anywhere. Melt up a little gold. I think we're going to need some redstone. So, get those. This one, yeah. And the last thing we need is redstone reception coil. Gold and redstone. And that's why we're cooking up the gold over here. Okay. Try that again. There we go. This one, yeah. And there's our pulverizer. And yeah, this is all that I'm done. So the pulverizer, we can make these pulverized things, pulverized dusts. If we look at the recipe, here's tin. Well, we pulverize tin, we double our ores as well, but we have a 10% chance of getting some iron. This is all random number generated, of course, so might get lucky, might not, but generally for every 10 tin, you'll get one extra piece of iron. For iron, you get some extra ferrous metal. So you can get a little bit more ores out of it, not a lot. It takes quite a bit of power to do 4000 RF, but it can add up. But you can just go down there and mine some more ores too, so it's not that hard. But for the stuff you find more rarely, such as this, if you find some shiny ore, well, you're probably not going to want to pulverize it, actually. But you find ferrous ore, this is good to pulverize because you get that little bit of chance of getting the shiny metal. I've never actually seen the one of these shiny ores in the ground anywhere. So almost always you got to use this ferrous ore to get what you need. And this stuff's useful for making inderium, which you can need for the higher end machines. So it's good to try to pulverize it and get that shiny metal out of it instead of just using the ferrous ore in something else. I mean, we could macerate it probably. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, maybe can macerate it then. Sag mill. You can get some iron out of it. That's not very useful. The shiny metal, those you want to get as much of that as you can. So always use your ferrous ore and your pulverizer. This is my recommendation. When it comes to getting more out of your ores, there's different ways you can double it. I mean, we've seen here how you can just use the smeltery to double your ores. That's all you get. Pulverizer, you get a little bit extra because you get that 10% chance of getting something extra. We could also, if we one last option, let's take some copper for example. We look at the uses. There's the IC2 route, and you can crush it, you double it to get your copper, crushed copper ore. Which if you use that, you can just smelt it, or put it through the thermal centrifuge, which you probably don't want to do, but you want to go to the ore washing plant. And this will give you purified crushed copper ore, so you get 2 of those, plus 2 tiny piles per one of these, so you end up with 4 of these. And these you can combine 9 of them to make an extra piece of ore. So you get almost 2.5 times the ore from ingots from one ore, which is nice. And you get a little bit of stone dust. Now this purified, you can just smelt it, of course. This one you want to run through the thermal centrifuge, and this will give you some copper dust. Plus it gives you a tiny pile of tin. So you get a little bit of extra something else as well. So this is probably, if you go the IC2 route for this mod pack, is the best way to get what you want. Get your ores. Although, if you really want to get technical, there's this QED thing with a piece of coal. You could get triple it. Or something like copper, probably not worth it. Most of these not really worth it. Maybe gold, but you know, you can just go down here and mine and get a lot of the ores that you need. Oh, this thing here, by the way, is a drain, XP drain. You notice that, well, I don't have any levels right now, but my bar has a little bit of green there. If I walk on here, it goes away. What happened is if I come down here and I right click on the tank, there I go, 9 levels. That's liquid XP down there. If you stand on here, it just drains it all out into the tank. So if you got a bunch of levels saved up and you're worried about dying, you make one of these. You can stand on here, store it all in the tank. You can come down and, you know, just right click, get your levels back for however many you need. So as you accumulate experience, it's good to, I just like to drain it off into here, store it so I don't lose it in case I die or anything. And when you need it, you just pull it out and use it for whatever. Like the dark boots here. We're going to enchant this. We need 10 levels plus, you know, some other item. And so it's good to have it stored up. We can go and grab as much as we need when we get to that point. So for now, as you get it, you just put it in there. So that's what that green stuff you see down there is. As I was saying, you could go down here and mine whatever ores you want and just get more. Some of these are not as common, like yellowite, but you can't really triple the output of this, I don't think. You can double it. Pulverize it. You should check to see. Actually, if you get some rich slag, you can triple it. Or cinnabar. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I guess you can triple it. So, yellowite, not quite as common. I'm not sure what level that's most common at. Ferrous, I've only got 2 pieces, so that's pretty rare. So this you wanna, well, this you wanna pulverize anyway to get the shiny metal. So, for most of the stuff though, I mean, it's fairly common. The aluminum's not as common. I mean, look how much iron I got, how much copper, tin, even gold I got a lot of. But aluminum not so much. So aluminum's quite a bit more rare in this mod pack than in some of the previous mod packs that you've had. So this is why I basically used copper to make this tool forge. In the past, I tended to use aluminum because you don't necessarily have a lot of uses for aluminum. This one you don't get as much aluminum, and you tend to need what you got, so it's nicely balanced. So, but all this stuff, I mean, you can tend to find more of it. Zinc, blue power if you need to use that. So, getting extra ores out of, you know, we could do the IC2 stuff and get a little bit more out of it, but it's probably just going to be easier to go out and mine it and get more that way than to waste all the power and to build all this extra machines that you really need. I don't think it's really going to be worth it in this mod pack, so I'm not really going to go down that route. I will build a macerator probably. I think there was something that we needed it for. I'm not sure. But the coal dust, I mean, you can do that with the pulverizer, I think, so it's not strictly necessary that you need to have the macerator. But, and the macerator is pretty slow compared to the pulverizer, honestly. Although if you build the faster one, do macerator, rotary macerator. It's a little bit more work. This thing runs constantly, needs constant power, but once it's sped up the speed, this thing goes really fast. So we'll probably build one of those if we want to like really get through this coal fast. Yeah, we don't have that much yet. I was gonna build. Yeah, actually, I want to show you guys something down here. So, yeah, I did a little bit of mining. Not a lot, but I cleared out a big area. It's gonna seem like a lot. Once I get down here, it's this level. So, yeah, you can see I cleared out a good chunk of area. This goes actually pretty quick when you got a hammer. Oh, that's nice. I need a sword. So this is kind of another reason I like clearing it out like this and lighting it up. Just hopefully you'll find slime chunks. Get these slimes to spawn. Get slime balls easy, so that's kind of nice. I got a decent amount of slime. So we got a slime chunk right around here somewhere. That's nice. A lot of redstone. You can kind of see the makeup. I haven't cleared out a lot of this stuff. Got some emeralds. I got 8 already. So I don't really need them. So I'll probably just leave these for now until I get like a Fortune 3 pickaxe, and then I'll come back and break this stuff. Redstone I'll break as I needed. This is a silver fish. You can see it says stone monster egg. So that's fun. Oh, there's one. Ah, fun. Oh, there's somewhere, I think. Disappeared again. Looks like I didn't get any this time, but sometimes they drop little silver nuggets. So, get a little bit of silver, not much. Some silver, coal. We got plenty of diamonds around as well. I think they're over in this corner. But you can kind of see. Oh, there's some emerald. Oh, there's some diamonds. These ones I'll probably wait on too. I'll probably go and build like a compressor and so forth, turn my coal into diamonds for what I need now, and save these until I got Fortune 3 as well. And Fortune 3, you can do it with the Tinker stuff. You need a lot of lapis for that. And I actually found quite a bit of lapis down there. And so, I don't think I want to put on this alamite. I was looking at it, and steel's actually a little bit better than alamite. So I think I'm going to make a steel pickaxe. But, well, maybe. It depends. I'm going to go into the nether, probably next episode, look for some ardite and cobalt, see if I can make some magnesium, which is the best material for using with Tinker's Construct. And if we find enough, I might just go ahead and make a pickaxe with that, and then put the lapis on that, and try to get it up to Fortune 3, and that'll be good for mining the diamonds, emeralds, and so forth, plus, you know, coal, diamond, redstone. You get a lot more of that as well. Not that we really need a lot more of that, but definitely for the diamonds and the emeralds, I think. You can never have too many of those, so that's the plan with that. So, yeah. I don't know if there's anything else we need to cover this episode. Get our pulverizer. I'll make some more machines. The rest of them, you can kind of see how these are made. Thermal expansion. So we got furnace. I don't know if we might make one of those. How do we make it? Stop lagging on me. Okay. Some bricks, redstone, and same old stuff. Not too hard. Pulverizer, sawmill. This will help chop the wood up more. Iron axe, planks. So, I mean, if you look at them, they're all kind of basically the same thing. This we need invar. I don't think I'm going to make this just yet, but I'll mention that in a minute. Magma crucible, we're going to need nether stuff for this. Redstone energy cell, but we'll want to get into that eventually. This we're not going to need yet. You can use extruder, would be nice though. This one's not too hard. I'll probably make this one up. What this machine does is basically let you create obsidian easily. And I'll show you that next episode probably. Aqueous accumulator, this will basically create water for you, and you can pump it wherever you need to. And that's kind of it for the thermal expansion for the moment. And then we're going to also want to get into some Ender IO. Alloy smelter. This is one we're going to, instead of the induction smelter, we'll just use this for the time being. This will allow you to do a lot of the same things that you can do with the induction smelter, so you don't really need it. You can get by with the alloy smelter first. Plus the alloy smelter can do other things like make conduits that we're going to need. I'll show you the recipe here though first. Cauldrons, we're going to need plenty of iron, that's no problem. Furnaces, no problem. Machine chassis, all these machines pretty much use, well, that's a bad example. Sag mill, machine chassis, Stirling generator, I don't know, might want to make one of those. This one doesn't take it. So the machine chassis is kind of the heart of a lot of this stuff. And this you're going to need steel, iron bars, which are easy. Basic capacitor, not that hard. So I'll probably set up a third one of these work tables for Ender IO and do that. And then we're going to want to make some of these conduits for power and so forth. Thermal expansion doesn't have conduits or the ducts yet, like the fluid ducts and whatnot that you're used to, the item ducts. So we'll use Ender IO to do all that kind of stuff, and that's actually in here. But if you look at this, you know, 5,000 RF per tick, so it's pretty good. This stuff's easy to make. You just gotta smelt up some of this. It's gravel, sand, clay, easy. Then there's this stuff, which we need the alloy smelter. This is the reason I want to make the alloy smelter. And you need gold, redstone, glowstone, and you get this energetic alloy. And then once we have that, we can start setting up power. We could do this, but this is a little bit more involved. We need ender pearls, and we don't really have that many yet, so I don't want to. And we really need 20,000 RF per tick? I don't think so. If we get to the point that where we do need it, then we'll start making this stuff. We'll probably have plenty of ender pearls by then. Fluid ducts, more of this stuff, and here alloy smelter again. But this just takes another quartz to make this fused quartz. But you can also use this stuff, but this you have to worry about gravity and so forth. It won't flow up, but it will flow down and sideways. The pressurized one will go wherever you want it. So this is the better choice, but if you don't have the quartz, which we don't yet, but you know what? We got the nether open, so we can just go in there and we'll grab a bunch of that stuff. And for the moment though, I've got 12, which should be enough to get us some fluid duct if we need it. So that's good. And then item duct to move items around. How do we make this stuff? And a pearl. But you only need nuggets. So you could probably spare a couple for that if we want. So this is how we're going to pipe stuff around. You could use Buildcraft as well. I prefer the Ender IO, and if you don't know why, you'll see once we start using it why. But that's for down the road. Maybe next episode, maybe a little bit further down. And I think that's about it for this episode. So, yeah, till next time, this is AwesomeQuat, and so long.